Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it
field?
3 times.
Okay,
5 and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
The Forward Club is nice, Riley.
Yeah.
Riley Yauk with me. I'm Jim Rutledge. This is Molly and Jim. Molly Brown is at the zoo. She'll be joining us soon. But the mountains are always blue on this show, including today from the Forward Club. Riley Yauk. And I don't know if I have a bone to pick with Molly or if I have a bone to pick with the city of Madison or both. But we're on remote today, Riley. But the Bree Stevens Field is close enough to the Everlight Solar Studios, the Spark building that we're in.
Across the street.
Exactly. So I can just park in our normal parking spot and then walk on over. So I didn't have to do anything special today as far as street parking, things like that. Then you have situations like yesterday where we had to park downtown and we
Always a struggle.
Yeah, and I found a couple spots, but you want to be like prepped. You got to get there for show prep and everything, which starts at 3:30. So I even a little bit late. So I think I parked around 3:34 yesterday, and then I put the $2 or $4 worth of parking in, which got me 2 hours.
2 hours. Yep.
So that's 5:34.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? I'm just going to have to.
You only got to get to 6.
Yeah,
so
I'm just going to risk it till 6.
Extra
risk it for the
25
biscuit.
minutes. That should be fine.
And it was not fine. I got a parking ticket. It's $25. That's fine. I haven't had a parking ticket in a while. I'll pay that. That's not a big deal. I just have to remember to pay it on time, so it doesn't become $7 million. I feel like I have to pay it today. I feel like that's how they set it up. It's like you have 24 hours to pay this, or it's $250. But I do get a kick out of that. They had to put in my license plate.
Yep.
Which is people like me.
People like me.
Sometimes some would say people like me. Depends on how you want to read that one there. But I feel it's a little bit – I feel picked on because Molly Brown, about a block up, same side of the street, didn't get a ticket.
That is wild, but sounds like the City of Madison parking division, if I have to be honest. I swear, I used to live right down the street from here, near the station, near Bree Stevens Field, and specifically downtown in this area, they had to have recognized my car and license plate by the time I moved out after a year. They're the worst. It is awful. I got a ticket. I got so many dang tickets. It was awful. It was atrocious. It's so hard to park down here, and I would not be shocked if they saw your license plate and were like, yeah, we got to burn this guy. It wouldn't surprise me because I swear they have it out for certain people. There were times where I'd have a ticket and other people wouldn't. Unfortunately for me, occasionally, I'd pull into a spot, see that this person was there.
Yep.
They hadn't been chalked, nothing like that.
Yep.
They'd get a ticket and I wouldn't, or vice versa. Like, it's so haphazardly done. It's hard enough to park in Madison. It's significantly worse when the parking police are very unforgiving when it comes to how they give out tickets. I'm not a huge fan.
All right, so 844-770-3776. That's Carbon Stock text line. This is more. Riley, you sound like me in the idea that I take parking tickets personal.
Yeah, exactly. They're coming for me.
Yes.
They hate me specifically, and they favor all these others.
Yeah, and also,
like,
it's the one that infuriates me the most. Because if you're caught speeding, outside of, like, they pull you over at, like, 6 over.
Yeah.
You're
It's
usually
like
yeah, that's my bad.
I get it.
It's the price of doing business. I've been going too fast is what it is. So that is something you're not happy with. It's a more expensive ticket. But I think parking ticket is the most infuriating type of ticket you can get out there because it seems arbitrary.
Yep.
because yes, there are the parking rules, and swear to God, some of these, especially in Madison, it like the fine print on these things are insane. It's like no parking, or like you can park here except for Thursday between 1:15 and 2:45.
The garbage collecting and the street clean. The street cleaning makes no sense. The most frustrating ticket I ever got was literally down the street from here at Bree Stevens on the Franklin Street, right down the road. And I saw they have the same thing. It's on Thursdays or whatever, some random day of the week. You can't park from 8 a.m. to noon for garbage collection. And one day I saw the garbage truck come and collect everyone's trash. They had left. It was like 11:15. So I'm like, okay, the garbage went by. I'm good to park now. They're done. They're done with their job. The reason we can't park on the side of the street is now invalid. So for the last 45 minutes, I park on the side of the road, and I go to work. I come back from work, and I have a dang ticket. And I'm like, what's the point of the law? What's the point of the rule if you're going to give me a ticket after the garbage was already collected? And I appealed it, and I didn't win. It was ridiculous.
I love that you appealed it. I got a parking ticket in front of my house that I appealed and still lost. I was so mad about it. But Molly Brown, you heard her laugh there, her famous laugh, as she is now joining the show. I mean, Molly, it is Molly and Jim. So, Molly, welcome into Molly and Jim.
Thank you. Glad to have Ryan back already. So soon.
Glad to be
so
back,
excited.
Molly.
Yeah, it seems like Riley has retired that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't use as many hotkeys. We'll see what happens over time, but at the moment, we're still getting adjusted. We haven't gotten into the full swing of the hotkey usage yet. But we'll see. It's on the table.
God, I hate that. I hate that. You know what? Riley's just too nice right now. Like we said yesterday, I think it was. We're in the honeymoon phase. Yeah. But then Riley started to hate us by the end of yesterday, though. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, hour two, I was fed up. I can't remember why, but
Ryan, how quickly did you hate us?
I mean, goodness, it's hard to remember that far back. It wasn't that long ago. No. I was just, Jim, I just needed to move over into a new role and just needed a new fresh start. I just need a breath of fresh air, a little less burden on my shoulders. It's all, Riley, I think you kind of figured out what it's like producing for Molly and Jim when they're on remote sometimes. It can be it can be stressful.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's nice
it can be
non-remote.
It can be stressful when there's a toddler walking on his tippy toes about ready to rip the entire laptop with our camera setup down, and I'm just waiting for it. That is why I was distracted yesterday, I will say.
But
yes,
also,
that can be tough.
Look, Molly, we're not the first to just, you know what? We've traded in for a younger producer. It happens.
We had our midlife crisis on our show.
Right.
I fear I am Cooper Pratt and Ryan is Luis Rengifo. I'm sorry, Ryan.
That's definitely the reference I was thinking of. So perfect. Yeah. All right. So Molly, should I be mad at you, or should I be mad at the city of Madison for my parking ticket?
Yeah. So that is actually so funny that you got a ticket, because I looked yesterday when I put my card in, which is nice. So you don't need a scavenger for coins anymore. But I looked and I was like, okay, mine runs out at 5:34. And I was like, that's 26 minutes that I have until 6 o'clock. It doesn't matter. You don't need to pay anymore, right?
Right.
So I even pulled it up. I texted to the number that it says text pay to 77217 or whatever it is, right? So then you can add more money to your meter. I texted it. They text me back. I forgot to text back. And then by 6:05, I was like, oh crap. I didn't pay. I hope I don't have a $20 parking ticket. So I got lucky. So I am very glad that I did. But Jim, I will say that I have been screwed by the city of Madison before, because one time I parked literally right outside of our office, just curb street parking. And I guess the back of my car was a little bit past the sign marker of where it said you can't park here. So literally I got a ticket that was $25 for 1 foot of my car being in an illegal spot. So I have been screwed by the city of Madison too. And I understand it's their job. So I'm not saying that they do anything wrong, but I was peeved. So I totally understand.
All right, let's make a quick decision. We got a couple people chiming in, and you can chime in 844-770-3776. Carlos talking text line. List is more. I think, Molly, parking tickets are the most infuriating thing to get, because they feel personal. every time it feels like the hall monitor caught you trying to, like, go to the bathroom without a hall pass, and they're like, ha! Gotcha! And it's arbitrary because 9 out of the other 10 times, it is really the disembodied voice of Molly laughing when she's not here. So Molly is home. It's already strange, Riley, that we're just looking in straight ahead, and then there's just Molly there.
Yep.
Like,
and she's like really out in the distance.
Right, yeah. I feel like I'm on trial in the future, like for my parking ticket. Like I'm like she's the arbiter.
the judge.
I wish. That'd be fun.
So they're very infuriating, but we have some people chiming in. Robin Madison says, back in the day, after party, I would always park on the wrong side from winter parking at a friend's house. Cop would always show up at 3 a.m. and I would get mouthy. You can move it, they would say, and I would laugh and slam my booze. Well, good thing, because I feel like they're trying to set you up there, Rob.
Yep.
Like, they're like, go ahead and move it, and then we'll get you the.
Yeah, then drunk driving.
Right, exactly. Dana Stoughton chimes in. I was working on campus a while back, and I literally watched the UW parking patrol of someplace. They parked their Jeep and walked 2 blocks up Mill Street and back again. In a half hour's time, they issued 15 to 20 tickets. The university must make so much money off of parking tickets.
They made a lot of money off me when I was in school.
They said tuition should be free.
Yeah.
Riley, we got Carlito, the Badger Bear, on the line. But before we get to that, how much do you think you paid just the ballpark and parking tickets?
I'm actually, before the show's over, I can check my account on the UW parking system. I will check that because
he still hasn't paid them.
Well, hundreds of dollars, that's for sure.
Oh my God! Why didn't you just park legal?
500 ballpark, because I didn't have a parking spot. And then sometimes you can skirt the rules and get away with it. Other times it was ridiculous. I would argue most of my tickets are unfounded and
absolutely
didn't deserve them.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, Barry.
That's
I would
crazy.
agree. But yeah, I've spent a lot of money. I've donated a lot of money to the city of Madison.
So
for sure.
I'm almost as much like NIL money that they have coming in, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah, if they could guarantee all my parking ticket money went to UW Athletics, I'd be a little more okay with it.
I will say I did get a parking ticket at Camp Randall because I was going to the sports awards, and so whenever that was, like probably 8 years ago maybe, but I was riding like the party bus with Jonathan Taylor, the Chanel brothers, Mark Johnson, the guy played cornerback in Jonathan Taylor's era, and then he played for the Saints. I can't remember what his name was. But like all those guys, right? But I parked my car in like the Camp Randall parking lot where like you need a permit. And I was like, whatever, it's fine. As long as I don't get towed, I don't care. Which I didn't get towed, but I did get a parking ticket. But I will, and I feel like it was like a hefty one too. But I will say that my car got towed, or no. My car got totaled literally like a week later. So I was like, I don't need to pay that parking ticket. And I want to say it was like a $200 parking ticket too. Like it was expensive.
I have some stories, but we're going to put Carlito on until we decide we can't keep Carlito on anymore. But Carlito, the Badger Bear fan, you got some parking stories for us.
I've got a couple of parking ticket stories for you guys. And one, I didn't get a ticket. So,
okay.
You know, I understand. I can relate. And first of all, I'd like to say, wow, you guys are just killing it. I mean, I can live vicariously through Jim Rutledge because I am the Bear Badger. You know, I am a Bears fan. I live in Madison. I love the Badgers. I love you guys. Molly, I mean, your laugh reminds me of one of my best friends back in Michigan. It's so heartwarming to hear that laugh. That's so real. Now let's get to the real business. I was parked on Johnson Street on a Badger Saturday. Nobody should do that. You don't break the law. That's breaking the Madison law. You don't park on Johnson Street, East Johnson Street, on a Badger Saturday. You just don't football park on the Badger Saturday. So I'm parked on there, and we go inside, and we come out. I go to work, and my car's gone. So I call everywhere. I call the shop. I call the towing company. I call the police. And they say, yes, we've towed your vehicle. You don't park on East Johnson Street on Badger Saturday. And I'm like, oh, my God, well, where's my car? How much is this going to cost me? In Chicago,
dude, where's my
thousands of dollars. They said, we just put it around the corner for you, Carlitos. It's okay. I go around the corner, 2 blocks. These guys didn't give me a ticket. They parked it for me. It was beautiful. I was like, wow, I guess I can park illegally in Madison. It's been years since I've been here, but I guess I can park wherever I want. I'm Carlitos, the Bear Badger. So that was great. That's a good story, right?
Yeah.
Great story.
They're not out to get me, right?
Yeah.
A year and a half later, I'm living on the east side. I get my car towed, the same beautiful 2004 Chevy Avalanche. You'll get through any snowbank. You'll get through anybody's lawn with that thing. You can drive anywhere with that thing, and I'm not talking legally. So it stalls out. Whatever. I ran out of gas, and I blew up the fuel thing, whatever it is, So we have to have it towed to the shop. The shop reassures me that it's beautiful. No problem. We'll park it on the street. I go, hey, I've had my truck towed before. Don't get Carlito, the Bear Badger's truck pulled. Don't get it towed. And they're like, no, we're working on it. We have parked cars down this street all the time. The cops know it. We work with them. I come to pick up my truck. They're like, what truck? I'm like, what do you mean, what truck? I'm like, where's my truck? I go outside, take a breath. I come back in. He goes, oh, yeah, the police towed it. We don't know why. Nuclear explosion in my head. Carlito the Bear Badger out. I know you guys got a lot of time that you've wasted on me, but I got to tell you, no one's taking this Packer-Bear rivalry from us. They're not kicking Green Bay out. They're not kicking Chicago out. We're not going to have the Beloit Butchers or the Petoskey Packers, Petoskey, Michigan Packers. We're not going to have Arlington Heights. We're not going to have Gary Bears. We're going to have the Bears Packers, just like always. And I love you guys.
Thank you. That was
amazing.
Fantastic. I'm going to tell everyone about Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. This is the first ticket on my big blue truck from Simon Chevy. Simon Chevy might have been my good luck charm because I have never gotten a ticket while driving any of my trucks, whether it's my medium-sized white truck from Simon Chevy Mount Horeb or my last 2 big blue trucks from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. But if you're looking for a better buying experience, check out my good friends at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're minutes away from a better buying experience at Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb. And I'm going to tease right now, I have gotten a parking ticket in front of my house. I've also been arrested for unpaid parking tickets.
Wow. What?
Tell you that next.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love ZOA Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a ZOA Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Zimbrick Honda's championship presentation of Prep Mania on the Diamond.
For the first time ever, a state baseball champion will be crowned live Thursday night on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania. Hi, it's Jesse Nelson. Join me for the Division I State Baseball Championship game in Appleton. First pitch is just after 6 o'clock Thursday night on 100.5 ESPN and streaming free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here, and we're joined by IndyCar president Doug Bowles. What is so enticing about having IndyCar at Road America as part of that schedule?
I think the biggest thing for us is just the history of the track, the uniqueness of the track. It's so long. It's got the elevation changes, long straightaways, challenging corners. You think about the kink and Canada corner and all the places that make it so historic. And I know it's just one of those tracks that no matter where you're from in the world, it is a top, not just in the U.S., but it's one of the top tracks in the world. So for IndyCar to be there is really special. A lot of history with IndyCar there over the last several decades. And actually, I took my SCCA driving school. My first licensed race was at Road America many moons ago, so even a personal connection for me getting back to Road America.
For all things Road America, you know where to go. It's roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
So I mentioned it before the break, and I try to remember to pay off when I do a radio tease here, Riley.
Yep.
But and I know that like longtime listeners of the show have heard this story before. It is absolutely insane that I got arrested for unpaid parking tickets. So Molly Brown is back too, so she can see this story because there's a humiliation factor and embarrassment factor that I'm sure she'll appreciate. So this would have been, I was probably 22, 23 years old, so about 23 years ago. So I was at one of my college stops in the Wisconsin area, and it was University of Wisconsin lacrosse. I wasn't going there. I was going to their version of Madison College up there, and I got a bunch of parking tickets around from the UW lacrosse parking police or whatever. Like, so their campus police.
Yep.
Because the place I rented was just outside of like school grounds, like with a couple friends of mine, and so I was a broke college kid. I just didn't pay them. I was like, all right, I don't have any money. I'm not going to pay these. So
knock your door down?
No. I almost would have preferred that. So I am driving to go back to see my parents for like a long weekend around the holidays. It could have been Thanksgiving. I don't remember that part of it. Driving through, and I still get the shimmies when I drive through Hartford, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Right near, what is that, the mine shaft there.
Yep.
And as soon as I got past the mine shaft in Hartford, I got pulled over. And that happens. Now, I had my girlfriend with me.
She thought you were a badass.
High school sweetheart sort of thing, so she knew I wasn't a badass. So anyways,
Cool.
I get pulled over with her in my Buick Riviera.
Wow.
Champagne-colored Buick Riviera with kind of a cream-colored leather seats on the inside and everything. Very cool car. Had a stereo system and everything.
Sounds like
Yeah. So I get pulled over.
Did it have like the old school like phone too? Like the big ass phone?
I wish.
You know?
It would have been appropriate. It had the space for it. I just didn't have it. So it was a two-door car, kind of slouched. It looked, honestly, if you looked it up, it was like a 90. I'll have to tell you the year, probably like a 95, 96 Buick Riviera. And so It had like spoked rims and everything. It
Wow.
was nuts. It had an R, but the best part was on the front of it had an R.
Oh,
And
for
then,
yeah,
and then on the wheels it had an R too. So
Wow.
I really enjoyed this.
Jim Rutledge.
Anyways, I get pulled over. I mean, I had to expend the stereo system might have been worth more than the car in this thing. So, anyways, I get pulled over and I see one cop, and then I see another one pull up, and I'm like, well, this can't be good.
Yeah.
And two police officers come up to the car, one on my girlfriend's side of the car, one on my side of the car, both like their hands like on like at least, and they're like, you got a car, and I'm like, okay. And they're like, I was like, why? And they're like, well, there's an arrest warrant for you. And I'm like,
what?
What?
no.
What? They're like, yeah, an arrest warrant for unpaid parking tickets. And then they take my right hand, put it behind my back, take my left hand, put me in handcuffs, and then put me in the back of their police car, which are uncomfortable. No cushions back there.
I believe it.
No, it's almost like the diaper changing stations, like in bathrooms for babies.
That's a
It's
great
like that
description.
material.
But then I love
I've
that
been
they
in
buckle.
one. No, I'm just
but
kidding.
then they have to buckle you in, which is a weird feeling because you're just there in this uncomfortable.
You don't like
seat
a man just like going across you
with your arms behind your back, and then you.
Oh,
and they
that's
buckle
funny.
you in, and then they drive me the 20 feet to the police station. This isn't that big of a town, and then they take me in. I get mug shots. There are mug shots of me that exist.
Gonna have to find those.
For unpaid
Can you
parking
please
tickets.
find those?
I wish. Outside of, I wonder. That's not a good move. I'm driving back to Cedarburg on Friday, but my oldest daughter's coming with me. I can't be like, hey, honey, we're going to stop and see if Dad can find his mug shots at the prison over here. So
Take
hold
the
on a
mug
minute.
shots out of the file.
It's a good teaching moment. Say, hey, 1, don't get parking tickets. 2, pay your parking tickets.
Right. So, anyways, then my girlfriend at the time had to then like drive the car and pick me up, and yeah, I was not happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I've been very frustrated having to pay my parking tickets.
Oh yeah, do you have the?
And
update?
I did. I tallied it up. I have received 25 parking tickets from the city of Madison, at least. Those are all the ones listed. So I've received at least 25 parking tickets from the city, and I estimated it out because some were 40, some were 25. Most, I think, were 35. So on average, an estimate, I have donated $575 to the city of Madison just in parking tickets. So you're welcome, Madison, for my generous donations, thanks to my improper parking.
Well, good thing you're a full-time teammate now, because otherwise all your part-time pay was just going right to your parking.
I was going to say half of it was. My paychecks were getting eaten into.
Well, thank God you were paying them. Otherwise, God knows what would have happened to you.
Yeah,
I was saying, his
I would have
paychecks
gotten
get
thrown in
garnished.
jail like Jim.
Apparently, the state of Wisconsin takes unpaid parking tickets super serious.
Very seriously.
At least 20 years ago. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. This is more. So the other time, as Molly disappeared off screen there,
She's
but
vanished.
there she is.
No,
Back.
my finger tapped the button. I should just move my mouse.
Oh yeah,
There we go.
There you go. That'll throw things off. So I got a ticket in front of my house, and that was annoying. It was at it was like my first year in the first house that I bought, and I parked in front of my house. Now I was technically in the wrong because it was the first. Here's the thing: alternate street parking starts at like a midnight.
Yep.
So literally at 2 a.m. after midnight, the first day they do alternate street parking in front of my house in Oregon with no snow and it being like 50 degrees, I get a ticket. I was in fear. Like, who am I hurting? Like, what is happening? Like, wouldn't I get like a warning? Like, hey, by the way. So then I fight this ticket, and I go. I didn't win.
You never win. It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter if you have correct rationale.
But I
You'll
was
never
like,
win.
I just want to put it on the record that it like common decency for a person in your community to not give them a ticket the first winter they own a house in front of their home 2 hours after the stupid overnight winter parking starts when there's no snow. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
So
that's
crazy. That one got me mad.
Ridiculous.
I still had to pay it. But I was happy to be, and it was so anticlimactic. I don't know how it went for you, but I literally sat at the police station in like a side room, like an interrogation room, but there's some sort of not attorney general, but some sort of lawyer for the state, and they're like, yeah, no, sorry,
district attorney.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It couldn't have been a district attorney. That seems too much. But yeah, something like that, like the assistant to the assistant district attorney for my $20 ticket. But I was upset about it for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talk text line. Liz is more. Sadly wants to know, can you get a parking ticket for parking a bicycle?
Yeah, some places I think you can.
I don't see why not.
Parking a bicycle where? Like in the middle of the road? I'm sure.
Unauthorized places.
I mean, yeah, if you don't want to, if you have alternate street parking, do you have to park your bike on the alternate side of the street?
Potentially. Thank you, Sadler, because that reminded me. I'm pretty sure I got to move my bike today from in front of my apartment. I got to take it off the racks. Otherwise, they're going to total it. They're going to donate it. I hope that. I'm pretty sure the deadline was today, so I got to make sure because it's a decent bike. It's just got to get spruced up for the spring. I'd be pissed if I get home and they donated my bike.
Did you say spruced up for the spring?
Yeah, I mean, it was sitting outside. It was sitting outside all winter.
June 17th.
It was sitting outside. Oh yeah, I guess it is the summer now. Well, not technically. 4 more days until it's summer. I left it outside all winter, and I've forgotten to get the chains greased up, put the bike cinch them back on, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we got to do that.
Why is there a limit of when you're why is there?
Just because our landlord threw it out there a couple weeks ago that if we need to move our bikes to our storage units inside the apartment, otherwise because there's too many bikes or whatever, otherwise they're going to donate them. And I'm pretty sure the deadline's today. So my bike's either going to be gone when I get home or I'll have just saved it, and it'll all be because of Sadler. So thank you, Sadler.
You're welcome, Sadler. I think Molly is laughing because
thank you.
No,
it appeared.
It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that those doors.
Yeah, the doors open
doors
into the bowels of Bree Stevens.
If you watch it on the ESPN Madison
somebody
YouTube
just
stream,
crawled
which you
out
should.
of the bowels of Bree Stevens right behind you guys.
Yes. So, I was a bit distracted that.
Yeah, staff members have had to go in and out.
It was. There's a vibe.
They got a game to prep for.
Yeah. So.
It's a late game tonight too. My husband and our kids are going. And it starts at 8:00.
8 p.m. Yeah.
Yes, and it's cold and rainy.
Wow.
But they're fun.
8:00 is past my bedtime. It's a great time, but 8's a lot. That's a late start for me. All right, Molly, tell us about Madison College.
Oh, I would love to tell you about Madison College. Madison College is where I went, and I had the absolute best experience, and you can too. They serve South Central Wisconsin, and they've got 7 campuses, including 3 that are right here in Madison: Fort Atkinson, Portage, Reedsburg, and Watertown. And their Madison location has plenty of parking, so you don't need to worry about street parking. It's the best. Students get hands-on experience using industry level in everything from healthcare and robotics to skilled trades. Madison College is also proud of its championship Wolfpack athletic programs. You can follow along at Madison College on Facebook and Instagram to keep up with everything happening on campus and beyond.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jeff Henson owns Englehart Motorsports, and the relationship with his previous business technology vendor wasn't what it used to be. So Jeff sat down with the James Imaging System sales rep.
Their communication with us has been impressive. Andrew, in his consistency and follow through, proved to me that it would be the right relationship to start moving forward.
Moving forward with James Imaging System, a 100% Wisconsin-owned owned and managed business technology company. What's been the benefit, Jeff?
Definitely peace of mind.
That's really great. Has James Imaging Systems done their part in helping Englehart Motorsports do business better?
Yes, without a doubt.
Jeff, would you recommend James Imaging Systems?
I would highly recommend James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
Craving something crispy, cheesy, and brand new? Say hello to Pizza Hut's new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love, now topped with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust for an extra layer of flavor and crunch. Try a medium one-topping Crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order your Crispy Parm Pan Pizza today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You know, you're talking mistakes, I made a few. I ain't an angel, nor you. We got some issues.
I think every day that Giannis doesn't get traded is a loss for the Milwaukee Bucks. They have to move him. There's now some reports out there from Chris Hayes that maybe this extends into free agency. If that is true, I think it's mainly because the Bucks don't want the Miami offer. But I think that's what they're going to end up with, Riley. Riley Alk, Jim Rutledge, Molly Brown with you. This is Molly and Jim. And earlier today, Gabe Neitzel is a good take, but I want to hear it, and then we can address to it. He had this on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on ESPN Milwaukee.
The Bucks should want that much in return for him. He's a top 5 player in the league. He's a top 25 player in NBA history. The Bucks should be asking for a king's ransom, and that's the price of acquiring someone. Mikal Bridges, you trade 5 first-round picks for him. You trade 4 first-round picks for Desmond Bane, and now Giannis is not somehow worth something similar. I don't buy that. Yeah, teams are trying to be cheap, and I think the Bucks need to hold out. And, hey, you want this guy? You want him to slow down Wemby? You want him to help championship? You don't get a discount on greatness. You don't get to be taken advantage of.
Just because other teams are stupid doesn't mean they have to pay that tax to the Milwaukee Bucks. Yes, Rudy Gobert was overpaid for. Desmond Bane was overpaid for. Bridges was overpaid for. Giannis, at this point, his value is overhyped. Bucks fans better be prepared to be disappointed.
But he's still one of the best teams in the league, or players in the league, Jim. Like, how do you say that?
I'm talking
They
about
should get a lot for him.
his value. They're going to get a lot, but they're not getting a king's ransom. If you think they're getting a king's ransom, you should be disappointed.
I mean, they probably aren't, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't. If you get 4 first-round picks, including a swap with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cole Anthony, then another pick swap. Like, if that's what you're getting for Desmond Bane, I'm sorry, it's asinine for the Bucks to receive anything less than that.
So the Bucks haven't done anything in the playoffs with Giannis for the last few years. Injury are part of it. But he's gone from 73 to 67 to 36 games. He's gone from 35 to 34 to 29 minutes per game. And, yes, he is, don't get me wrong, an outstanding player. But his game does not look like the game of a player who's going to age well at his size. He is 31 years old.
If you're the Bucks, couldn't you just kind of play the story of he was unhappy, so he really didn't want to play that much, or like he was unhappy with with us as the Bucks organization, so like we kind of just lessened his play time just so we get something better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, couldn't you kind of play it off like that, where it's like, hey, it's not that this guy's actually like hurt all the time, especially this last season where there was the whole fight of is he hurt, is he not? Couldn't you just play it off as like, yeah, his games went down so much this year because we really didn't know what his future in Milwaukee looked like, and we didn't want to risk anything.
That's what the Bucks are going to try to do. If I'm on the other side of it, I say, tell me he's not Dwight Howard, who was one hell of a basketball player until he wasn't. Tell me he's not big man version of Russell Westbrook.
He's not, though.
But, you don't know. Neither one of their games aged well. They were premier players, MVP caliber players, multiple-time All-Stars, until they weren't because their game didn't age. And Giannis is better than them, but at the same time, if I'm negotiating back, I'm going to say he's got 1 year left on his deal. So the Bucks, basically the Bucks are paying a stupid tax. They waited too long. I said this forever. They waited too long to trade him because now he has the power. Because, the only 2 teams I'm going to sign an extension with are the Heat and the Celtics, are the reports. Okay, so that eliminates a bunch of teams, and it eliminates a lot of teams applying pressure to make that deal go up. You need to have other people involved to make the deal's value go up, because if you're left with 1 or 2 teams, you're kind of screwed. And then you have this other part of things where you're looking at it with the Bucks of, if you traded for Giannis and it's not a guarantee that he's going to go there, what are you going to give up? So you have one group of people that know that they're only bidding at the most against one other team. Multiple reports from ESPN said the Miami Heat are the only team with a real offer out there. The Bucks are begging people to take it. But if I'm Minnesota, why am I making that trade unless Giannis is saying I'm going to sign there? Because I'm not making a trade for a 1 year guy. The Bucks screwed this whole thing up. So maybe they should have gotten a king's ransom. Set aside how Giannis might age, but they screwed it up by not trading him last year. And also there's been reports, I think, in The Athletic that some of these teams didn't even trust the Bucks because John Horst was jerking them around at the trade deadline and then put players' names ended up in reports, and then they had to smooth out the human element of players' names came in reports because they made real offers to Horst, and he wasn't actually fielding them because he had no intention of trading them.
So do you blame Giannis or the Bucks more? Because I think they both play a part in the loss of value. Which one do you blame more?
I blame the Bucks on this because the Bucks are the organization. Giannis could have stood up and said, trade me. So I blame Giannis. If he goes to a team and he doesn't win another title, that is his fault because he dragged this out so long and he was so wishy-washy about – I do think he loves Milwaukee. I also think he wants to win championships, and those things are not compatible. So I think he dragged it out too long. But the Bucks screwed it up because you got to put on your big boy pants and stop acting like you're never going to have the opportunity to be good again. Like it's honestly, it embarrasses the hell out of me the way the Bucks operate. Like somehow the league and Bucks fans talk like somehow everyone's out to get the Bucks and you can't have another great player or another great team. Oklahoma City ain't that damn big. San Antonio ain't that damn big. And if you don't believe...
But what are the things that we say about those two organizations, right? The Spurs, they've always had Popovich, right? Like, they've always had greatness there.
Right,
the OKC, their GM just won freaking GM of the year 2 years ago.
Yes.
Like, the way that they've constructed this is just incredible. So, like, and the reason those, and I'm going to focus more on OKC, but, like, the reason they stand out is because it's so hard to do. And, like, especially with Milwaukee being a small market that people don't want to come to, yada, yada, yada. And the Milwaukee Bucks haven't had greatness for years, right? Like, yes, they had good players in Ray Allen and all the list goes on, but, like, no championship for, what was the last championship before? 50-some years?
Yeah,
like,
72,
of course,
71.
Yeah, of course, Bucks fans are gonna feel like, oh my God, what are we doing? Like losing Giannis, of course, but like also at the same time, I've said it before, you're not winning with him, you're not winning without him.
Right, yeah. And nothing is stopping you though. Like you could just hire better people. Like that is possible. Nobody's negating. You could just be better in the front office. You could hire smarter people.
Okay, but they have the Haslams who have owned the Browns. Well, like
right.
We're kind of that ship is kind of sailed. I feel like.
So basically, and this is what Giannis did. Giannis covered up all the sins and the warts of a terrible franchise, and they didn't learn anything about winning when he was here. In fact, they systematically dissembled the team and made the wrong decisions to never win a title again with Giannis over and over and over again because they're a dysfunctional franchise. So, honestly, at this point, it seems like the Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis specifically, won a title with the Milwaukee Bucks in spite of the Milwaukee Bucks.
So, Jim, I hear what you're saying, and I don't think I totally disagree with anything you're saying, but if you look back at last year, you say the Bucks waited too long to trade Giannis. Last year, the city of Milwaukee would have rioted if the Bucks traded Giannis last year, even though he was nearing the end of his contract. And can you really fault the Milwaukee Bucks for trying to do what they did? They tried every single thing in their power to, one, make Giannis happy, and two, to try and build a contender around Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it just so happens that their big swing a few years ago in Damian Lillard, that failed. I think everyone thought that was going to work too. And then you get to the point last year where it seems to be fading, but they take one last crack at it. They bring in Miles Turner, and it's like, okay, maybe they have a shot, and that just didn't work. It seems more a talent evaluation issue with those specific players, and then I don't think they necessarily fired Bud at the wrong time. I think that was correct. But then Adrian Griffin, you may have fired him too soon, or you didn't make the right hire after Bud.
Or you let Giannis be GM.
Yes, but you ultimately, the decisions they made at the time made sense. They just didn't work, so now they look stupid because none of them worked out and they're in a precarious situation. And that just doesn't change the fact that they still deserve to receive a king's ransom for Giannis.
They should have. It's passed. Like, the market is the market, and the market's not there for him. And now there's a ticking time clock on Giannis because his contract is running out. And so what are you going to – and also you saw what an unmotivated Giannis will do. And the next step for Giannis, and this might be the final thing that makes it happen, is Giannis is going to come out and say, trade me to Miami, and then it's done. So in this case, Giannis keeping his mouth closed is actually the only thing saving the Bucks from themselves because they're trying to scrounge up something for this. And, again, this goes back to why wouldn't you – like, okay, the Bucks, all right, we don't want Tyler Hero and whatever else they're going to wear and whatever else they're going to package with Miami, including the 13th pick. Well, why don't I call the Clippers and say, hey, I hear you're trying to trade down. What if I get the 13th pick and we trade you 10 and 13 and we go get number 5? But as part of that deal, take Tyler Hero off our hands. Or call someone else and say, hey, you got a draft pick you don't want. Take Tyler Hero off our hands. It's an expiring contract. Like, you could then turn your poo-poo platter into more, but nobody's expecting that, right? Like, nobody's even brought that up, that if the Bucks did get an underwhelming package, it'd be like, okay, but that's the best they could do. Nobody's going to believe that because nobody believes John Horst is an elite GM. And then nobody has any faith that he's going to be able to turn those picks into anything or those players into better picks. And that's the problem with the Bucks. It's not ESPN. It's not people trying to keep great players out of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's had plenty of first-round picks. They take Glenn Robinson. They take Andrew Bogut. They take Jabari Parker. It's bad luck, but it's just bad luck. That bad luck doesn't mean it's going to happen forever. And then there's bad franchise running, which I honestly think they've been doing even when they won a title with Giannis. It's just you had Giannis, and now you don't, and you won't, and it could get really ugly for the Bucks. It doesn't change the fact, though, they've already made their bed. You're not getting a king's ransom for them.
I guess to me, like
sucks.
I feel like I blame Giannis more. Like I think that you kind of, I don't know, another way of saying the word, you messed with the Bucks and you played with them so much. Like you were very in and out of like what you wanted to do. And like I said, Riley, when you were saying all the different things that happened with Adrian Griffin and everything, like so much of that was because they let Giannis be a front office person. And it's like, I understand that he is the superstar of your team, but like also at the same time, you need to know when to put your foot down, almost in the same way that like the Packers did. And like, it's when you let somebody that should be playing take control like that, it leads to bad things happening. And I just feel like there was like that side of it, but then also with like, I think Giannis for the last like year and a half, probably, that's probably when I started getting annoyed with him, is like, that's when he was kind of like, is he in? Is he out? Is he going to leave? Is he not? Like, to me, that like, as soon as those questions kind of started happening, because Jim, going to like what you're saying, like they probably would have gotten something better for him last year, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. But Riley, you're not wrong. And like, I think you guys are both right, because it's like, if the Bucks did get rid of Giannis last year too, people probably would be upset and be like, what the hell are you doing? But hindsight is 2020, I guess. But like, I guess to me, maybe it's just because I feel like I'm kind of a scorn fan right now and I dislike Giannis, where I'm just like, I blame Giannis. I don't necessarily blame the Bucks wholeheartedly for it.
It's just ending ugly, and it's unfortunate.
It's an ugly divorce.
It is an ugly divorce, and the children are the Bucks fans, and I feel bad for them, but they need to stop acting like they won't have parents again, I guess, to complete that analogy. You know what? Go ahead. They're not orphans. And nobody's – honestly, they feel like the NBA is trying to take – like, if you –
who's going to be their new daddy? Let's just make predictions.
I was very much involved with Big Papa.
I just wanted to make you guys uncomfortable.
Someone.
I'm not uncomfortable. I don't have the answer, though.
Someone that's in college or in Europe, probably, right?
Wait.
Not Jaylen
Honestly,
Brown?
Molly, do you remember
Duncan
the SNL
Robinson?
skit? Do you remember the SNL skit where they did the the guys, like, they go on the game show and they're like, meet your future wife, and it was like this skit, and like everyone kept on getting younger, and this one guy, his future wife wasn't even born yet, and his ex-wife's like all upset. Honestly, the new daddy for the Milwaukee Bucks, Molly, probably hasn't been born yet.
That's possible. It's very.
So you
possible.
don't think it's Duncan Robinson?
No.
Hey, a Willie and Tausch listener saw him in Milwaukee this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Duncan Robinson's a Willie and Tausch listener.
Yes.
Can I just
somebody
Somebody
called in.
Hold on. No, what Riley said was not what Molly thought he said. Riley said that Duncan Robinson is a Willie and Tausch listener. No,
Yes.
A listener thought they saw Duncan Robinson in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I don't think that Duncan Robinson is tuning into Willie and Tausch across ESPN Wisconsin to hear his Packers talk. Maybe. Is he a Packers fan?
I think he's from Michigan.
No. Yeah.
So
maybe.
I know Duncan's taller than the average person, but he's also pretty generic looking.
He is.
So I don't know if like you could just pick Duncan Robinson out in the crowd outside of his height.
How tall is he? Let's look.
But
if you watch basketball, like if I watch, which I do, if I watch basketball and I saw Duncan, I know it's Duncan Robinson.
I know a Duncan Robinson when I see one.
Yeah, I know. He is 6'7". I can't wait for Ryan to be Actually, no, I'm so glad that I'm off the rest of this week after this show, because I can't take Ryan's bullying anymore.
So you should have pretended that you were bullied off the show. Although you're gonna miss Thirsty Thursday tomorrow, so
yeah,
I am bummed about
Let's
that.
go.
First Thirsty Thursday ever? Like, oh, jealous.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dancing Goat.
Yes, love the Dancing Goat. Carbon World Health. Invest in your future by investing in your body. Whether that's GLP-1s, hormone replacement treatment, red light therapy, cryotherapy, their personalized workouts, all available at Carbon World Health. Go learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by The Jump Around. Don't miss new episodes of this exclusive digital show talking all things Wisconsin sports. New episodes debut Thursdays at 12:30, streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. No school has produced more Stanley Cup champions than the Wisconsin Badgers. Keandre Miller of the Carolina Hurricanes is now the 15th Wisconsin player who will see his name etched on the most iconic trophy in sports. The Hurricanes won their second Stanley Cup in franchise history by shutting out the Vegas Golden Knights in a series-clinching Game 6 on Sunday night. Miller is the first Badgers player to be part of a Stanley Cup championship team since Ryan McDonough with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2020 and 2021.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust here, and we're joined by IndyCar president Doug Boles. What is so enticing about having IndyCar at Road America as part of that schedule?
I think the biggest thing for us is just the history of the track, the uniqueness of the track. It's so long. It's got the elevation changes, long straightaways, challenging corners. You think about the Kink and Canada Corner and all the places that make it so historic. And I know it's just one of those tracks that no matter where you're from in the world, it is a top, not just in the U.S., but it's one of the top tracks in the world. So for IndyCar to be there is really special. A lot of history with IndyCar there over the last several decades. And actually, I took my SCCA driving school. My first licensed race was at Road America many moons ago, so even a personal connection for me getting back to Road America.
For all things Road America, you know where to go. It's roadamerica.com. That's roadamerica.com.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Welcome back to Molly and Jim, your afternoon home for Wisconsin sports talk on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Jazz scavenger hunts for stunts with blunt narratives. Play the cards right, putting jokers in ace bandages, burning the characters in brown packages, buying degradable.
This is definitely of the 90s hip hop. It feels a little. Definitely. Or Riley's. I don't know if you've noticed, Molly. Riley's worked in some country music as well. This is Molly and Jim. Riley out with me out at the Forward Club here for the Forward game. Molly Brown back at the zoo and talked a lot of Bucks. And I think just for my blood pressure, we have to
calm
step
it
it aside.
down.
Yeah, step it down for a minute here because it's infuriating to me that the fans are going to have to deal with what the Bucks have coming to them. But it's also like, we need to be eyes wide open and expect to be disappointed because I don't see a big deal coming for the Milwaukee Bucks. And so I wanted to talk about a team that really is doing it right. And we'll start the conversation now, but I want to throw something out to you. So the Ringer and ESPN put out articles basically trying to figure out some analytical way about why the Brewers are as good as they are over the last 7 years. And there's a lot of different ways to come to it, and I'm not going to get into all the numbers, but the interesting thing was that basically they could be more clutch or better with runners in scoring position, more clutch than other teams than the league average during that time. And that got me thinking of, like, what would make you more clutch? And I have this working theory, Molly, that the Brewers might have the perfect amount of pressure on them to be a successful baseball team, at least in the regular season. Because, like, if you played for the Miami Marlins, nobody cares, and that probably wears on you over the course of the season. That it's like, all right, nobody's showing up. There's no passion. We're not talking about us. We're not talking to town. Like, it's not much of a thing. So there's no pressure there. But that's not fun. Like, if nobody cares, is that a fun way to play? You're going to have your normal professional baseball player pressure. You want your job. You want to be great. You want to go out and perform. But the fans, we all agree, have an effect on things, and the media and everything. So Miami, not a great market to play in, not a strong fan base, not a lot of care unless you win.
Really?
And then they'll start to show up. As far as Miami Marlins, they do not draw. So,
okay.
Yeah, and so then you have let's say the Yankees. And the Yankees, incredibly high pressure. We all agree way more pressure to be a Yankee and play in New York than it is in Milwaukee. Just like we all agree way more fun to be a Milwaukee Brewer than it is a Miami Marlin. Way more pressure to be a New York Yankee than a Milwaukee Brewer. And so, and I heard, Ryan Braun talk about it in the past, and these players talk about it, and heck, you're even seeing it. Craig Counsell goes down to Chicago. Did he get a worse manager with a better roster, or is it just less fun to play there and it's harder to keep the guys loose through the course of the season? You have Pat Murphy in here, who coached or managed Craig Counsell and was his bench coach, and they've known each other for a while. I think the combination of the right amount of pressure, because fans show up and they care. They want to win. They show up and they care. There's no media pressure, let's just be honest. Nobody's drilling the Brewers down every year of like, why aren't you winning, Mark Antanasio? Why aren't you spending more money? That ain't happening, which is fine. And Mark Antanasio is open. He might have had a brilliant plan by saying, look, man, I'm just here to have fun for the summer, so don't even bother pressing me on it because that's my answer. And so there's just this normal bubble that the Brewers get to play in where it's themselves and they get to have all this fun and enjoy themselves, because if they go out and they lose 4 in a row in Milwaukee, they're still going to get bought a Coors Light downtown. Everyone's going to pat them on the back, and sports talk radio is not going to turn against them. They have their own internal pressures. They want to be good. You do that in New York, they're going to hate you. In Miami, they're not going to care unless you've won 15 in a row. And so I think – well, sorry, let me just finish my thing here. I think the secret to the Milwaukee Brewers sauce is the fact that they are the Milwaukee Brewers. Like, the Brewers fans and the environment that's been created in Milwaukee, in the state, around the Brewers, where it's basically like your child. You're going to love them no matter what. And if they fail, you still love them. And I think that's helped them not feel pressure in the regular season to go out and just win and have fun.
So I'll let Riley kind of dive a little bit deeper in here, but I guess my initial thoughts are like, but the Brewers haven't failed. Like, they haven't. Like, okay, yeah, they haven't won a World Series. So what? Like, how difficult is it to win a World Series? I think that's what Brewers fans probably come back to, is like, it's really freaking hard to win a championship. Now, granted, it's like there are the other times of the year too, which we've talked about in years past, where it's like, okay, they're one big bat away, or they're one pitcher away from just being World Series contenders, right? Like, I mean, you look at last year and it's like, okay, they were incredible, obviously almost having the 100 wins, but then, you have to face the Dodgers. Like, that gives people an out. Like, if that's yes. My team, like if that is the same thing for the Packers, like if it's, but you had to get through the LA Rams. The Rams are the Dodgers. Like, oh, well, crap, we're screwed. Like, there's no way. So I don't know from like a Brewers perspective, Riley, how like you feel, but I will say I was listening to the Brewers broadcast last night on 100.5 ESPN, where Madison's home for Milwaukee Brewers, and Mark Antanasio. So they had, it was, I don't know what inning it was, maybe like the bottom of the fourth, top of the fifth, something like that. But they had like a guy on to talk about prostate cancer. I don't know if either of you guys were listening. And like, I guess he comes every single year. I just wait. And they were talking about how like good the Brewers have been and like how they have like, oh, the central titles and whatever. And then Mark Antanasio said, he was like, yeah, but those aren't the right banners. And I was like, that is actually the first time that I've heard him say something to the effect of what we are doing is not good enough. And I thought it was interesting. That's all he said. But I was just like, so maybe you are steering away from fun of summer in Milwaukee, yada, yada, yada. AmFam Field is great, and it's great to go to a Brewers game. But, Riley, I will lean on you as being the Brewers diehard fan here.
Now, Riley, before you hop in, two things. One, the team obviously is talented, but they still outperform every year some of the normal metrics in baseball and also what is projected of them in baseball. And every year the same mantra comes from that clubhouse, we're just having fun, which is what every team wants to do when they're playing baseball, is just have fun. But I think Molly inadvertently kind of added to my point where she said there are no expectations for the Brewers to go because they didn't fail because nobody expects them to beat the Dodgers. So it's more of like there's no real expectation. There's nothing they can do to really disappoint you.
Like, maybe the question is, Riley, when was the last time that the Brewers did fail, in your opinion, right? Like, they won the NL Central last year. They went to the NLCS or whatever it was. Like, they got to play the best team in baseball who then went on to win the World Series. So it's like, I just wonder, like, and that's been the narrative for so many years, I feel like, just as an outsider, of like, they have outperformed expectations. So, like, when was the last time that the Brewers failed in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, 2022 for sure, when they didn't win the division. They've won the division the last 3 seasons. Even you can go back to 2024. I think winning the division, then losing to the Mets in the wild card round, that was a failure. I think last year didn't feel like a failure to Brewers fans because they got the monkey off their back. They won a playoff series, and they beat the Cubs, which that really helped the mojo surrounding the city of Milwaukee. And I think after that, knowing the team went to 5 games, knowing they were exhausted, obviously everyone was hoping for a World Series, a trip to the World Series and an NL pennant. But knowing the Dodgers were on the other side, I think that series win over the Cubs definitely solved a lot of things, was a balm for Brewers fans because you can always fall back on that. You have bragging rights over your rivals. But it's a very interesting thought experiment because I do think the atmosphere in Milwaukee is unique, and Wisconsin in general. Wisconsin sports fans are unique compared to everywhere else. It's very homey. It's very folksy. We love our team. We love our guys. And like you were saying, Jim, it'll be like a parent. Like, we're always going to root for our teams. It's never going to be as negative as a New York. It's never going to be as negative as a Chicago. It's never going to be disengaged and worried about other stuff like Los Angeles is, where there's too much going on, where we kind of care, but not really. And I do think that helps. But also, the organization is just so well structured, and it's so well put together, and it's full of so many smart people. Like Matt Arnold, there's a reason he's won GM of the Year 2 years in a row. There's a reason Pat Murphy has won NL Manager of the Year 2 years in a row. They have such good people in place, and I think Pat Murphy specifically helps when it comes to that pressure. He's such a good people person that, yes, they take on the energy of the fans where they care, but they still love them. But also, Pat Murphy knows how to push the right buttons at the right time and get the most out of guys and bring out the best in them as people and players. Like, that stuff matters. And we were talking about the Bucks and how much they've bungled the Giannis situation. The Brewers have just continuously put themselves in the best position possible to succeed and to defy the odds every single season. And that is very commendable. So do I think the fans and the atmosphere is a part of why they succeed in the regular season? Yes. But personally, I think I lean a little more towards they just have so many good people in place that they outperform expectations because people don't respect the people enough?
We'll answer this question on the other side, but I want to ask this side of the limited poll question as I go to break here. Are the Brewers the best-run organization in the state? 844-770-3776. That's Scarborough's Talking Text line. This is more.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love Zoa Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a Zoa Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this year's Sports Center Update brought to you by The Jump Round, a Badgers dedicated show. Tune in every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube page as Jim Rutledge and Riley Yauk talk all things Wisconsin Badgers football, basketball, and more. The Jump Round every Thursday at 12:30 on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Milwaukee Brewers are back in action against the Cleveland Guardians tonight. The Crew beat the Guards 2-1 at AmFam last night for their 44th win this season. With a record of 44-26, this is the team's most wins in franchise history through 70 games, and the Brewers now only trail the Braves and Dodgers for the best record in all of baseball. Now, who could the Brewers acquire to improve their roster even more this season? Check out the latest article from ESPN's Kylie McDaniel and insider Jeff Passan, ranking the top 100 MLB trade deadline candidates, including the potential fits for the Brewers. First pitch for tonight's game against Cleveland is at 6:40 p.m. Brandon Sproat is scheduled to start for the Brewers. Tune in to pregame coverage beginning at 6:05 immediately after Molly and Jim right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers. Then this afternoon, Zimbrick's presentation and broadcast of Prep Mania has been postponed due to delay in the D1 state semifinal. Make sure to tune in tomorrow on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Jim Rutledge.
For me, Jordan Love can start shutting people up by just winning the damn division one time.
Molly Brown.
I actually think Jaden Reed is going to be like the guy within the next 2 years, not Christian Watson.
Welcome to Wisconsin's afternoon hangout.
You think the Packers would win 5?
Yes, that's what I said.
Neutral
I said it
field?
3 times.
Okay,
5 and 5.
Why?
This is Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Alongside Molly Brown, here's Jim Rutledge.
I love that the open of the show is Molly and I at our feistiness over the last month, probably. So Riley Yauk is with me. Welcome into Molly and Jim. Riley and I are at the Forward Club here, and I'm sure the mountains are blue with Coors Light here at the Forward Club. And Riley, what made you pick that in the open there?
What specifically?
Us, Molly and I being extra sassy.
Yes, I've said it 3 times, Jim.
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because I was looking for some good banter between the two of you, because you guys, especially when you're together in person, are exceptionally good at the banter back and forth. So I was just scouring what are some recent episodes, what did I remember, and I was like, oh, I remember the Packers-Rams discussion. They were getting after it a little bit, and found that clip, and I was like, that's fun. I like that.
See, I would call that bickering more than banter.
Yeah.
That was definitely bickering. And for just, we love to peel back the curtain a little bit. I yelled at Jim in the break after that because I was so mad at Jim. I was so mad that I screamed at him in the break. So embarrassing. Not one of my finest moments, but it happens.
I apologized.
Well,
he did.
We can alter it as time goes on.
No, it's
but
fine.
For
It's
now,
actually
we're gonna
great
keep it.
because it's just a reminder that Molly lost her cool. So that's just how I see it.
I did lose my cool.
We are asking the question, are the Brewers the best run team in Wisconsin? And I think it's an easy yes, but I think it's worth exploring maybe more to why. But I think they are the best run team in Wisconsin because they're honestly looked at as like the the team is truly perpetually an underdog with no fault of their own. Now, don't get me wrong, Atanasio could pay more, but he's never going to get to the Dodgers level. Like, there's never going to happen. The Packers, for all intents and purposes, and maybe we'll get to this later, are on an equal playing field, all things remaining the same. And then you have, obviously, the Bucks, similar. Nothing's really holding them back outside of incompetence. And the Packers would be, they just haven't put together the right team. That's what's holding them back. The Brewers and the Badgers, I don't know. That's just a dumpster fire over by the university. And so now you look at the Brewers. And if you're looking at, like, ROI, they're maximizing everything that they put into this team. Like, they have the best ROI of any team in the state of Wisconsin.
So my initial thought, rather than a resounding yes, was more of like, duh, they're the best run organization in the state. But then I kind of started thinking about it more, and I'm like, yes, resounding
That's
duh.
gonna be a new
Just
drop.
put the poll as yes, no, duh. But like, the more I kind of started thinking about it, is like thinking about championships. They don't have any championships, right? Like what we just talked about. So if you're going to base it on championships, then either the Milwaukee Bucks, because theirs is the most recent, 5 years ago, or the Green Bay Packers, because they have so many more. Like, and I'm not saying that is that, and obviously, like, the organizations are not the same as who they were when those championships were won for both teams. But like, if that's what you're gonna maybe look at instead, then like you do have to look at the other organizations and say that those are the better ones. But I almost think it like comes back to the same question of like what I like to ask when it comes to like my teams, where I'm just like, okay, I'd be fine with the Packers winning a Super Bowl and then not making the playoffs for like 5-10 years. At least they got a Super Bowl. And Riley, I think you kind of put this into like our show prep question that we haven't asked yet, but like, would you be good with just continued success like they are for the next 10 years? Or like, are you wanting a championship? Like, and I guess that's kind of like how I'm basing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, every fan base and every team wants a championship for sure. I would say, and if you're looking holistically all time, the Packers are the best organization in Wisconsin, so on and so forth. But right now, or the past even 5-10 years, it's 100% the Brewers, because they operate at a disadvantage every single year, and they now have proprietary secrets that other teams, other organizations in Major League Baseball are trying to steal and figure out what they do. They have a name for their system, and their I believe it's their scouting department. They call it the keg. And like, there's proprietary information they have.
Interesting.
Like, they do things so well. It's actually insane.
So every team, like, for an example, that's exciting because so they call it the keg. And when the Cubs won the World Series, I think theirs was called Ivy, and they had the one. Like, because all these teams have these analytics, and everyone is fine-tuning and borrowing from each other, and they all have their own system. The Brewers, obviously, the system is really working well for them. The keg, I love it. I love when they do these sort of systems. Yeah. Basically, I just imagine it kind of like a baseball analytics version of, like, AI.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of the easiest way to explain those sort of things. But the Brewers, to me, it goes to, and maybe this is how we should ask if we haven't posted it, but, like, from a fan, I don't know if you get a better ROI from any team in the state more than the Brewers. And that's kind of how I looked at it, that the time you are investing as a fan into it. And the weird thing is, you're investing a lot of time. If you're, Riley, how many games, audio or
do I
visually
watch
do you consume?
a year? Probably, definitely, I mean, over 100.
Probably, definitely.
A broadcasting school is really paying off.
You know, somewhere around ballpark figure, I'd say over 100.
Jesus.
A lot.
The funny thing is, Molly, like, he's like him and hawing, like, I don't know if that's a lot of games.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna ask your number, Molly. You're not gonna ask my number, Molly. We're just gonna leave that.
No, you know what? Hey, more than you expect, because like I said, I listen on my drive home, so that counts. But then also, I watched every game of the ALCS last year, the NLCS, and the World Series. So you know what? I watched a lot. I'm a postseason watcher. How about that?
Molly's, yeah, Molly's number is larger than mine. So then, like, I still, like, my brother watches a lot of these games, and he still seems thrilled with it. He goes to the games, all that kind of stuff. And then you account for going to a ball game.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And there's a little bit like the joke, I leave Brewer games early. That's like the sport I'm most comfortable leaving early, followed by basketball, at least as football, because there's so many of them. Sometimes it's like, all right, the Brewers are up 7-1 in the 7th. All right, I'm going to go.
Yep.
I'm not going to miss anything. I want to get the whole kids to bed on time. It's different. Everyone's different. But my point being, like, I'm going to head out. Like, I want to not get stuck in traffic with my children and have an extra 2 hours on this drive, get home. So, like, that's part of the beauty of baseball, though. But then you could get there early and tailgate and do this whole big thing. So I honestly think, being a Brewers fan, the Brewers, they would provide you the biggest ROI out there of any team in all the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, I would agree. It just ultimately, though, and to get to your point, Molly, would I take 10 years of guaranteed playoff berths? You have a chance of winning a championship, but it's not guaranteed. Yes, I would take that. And that's damn near what the Brewers have done over the past 10 years. They've made the playoffs, not quite 10 of them, but I'd have to go back and look. I think about 7 out of the last 10 years. So I take it because you keep giving yourself a chance, and baseball is such a weird sport that you could win a championship. Feasibly, any of these Brewers teams could have won a championship, and I think this year is probably best positioned out of any of the past 10 Brewers teams. But ultimately, as a fan, like especially Brewers fans, and we saw this on our poll question from a couple days ago, it is unequivocally a Brewers World Series would mean the most out of any championship to fans in the state of Wisconsin right now, because everyone is so desperate and thirsting for that first World Series title for the Brewers. People care so much. They want to see it. So ultimately, it does. If we look back, if the Brewers never win a World Series out of this super successful stretch, we will look back on it as a disappointment, I think. While it has been really fun, it's been awesome, you got to culminate it with a World Series here in the next few years.
So I want to ask you a question, though. Both of you, which team in the state do you have the highest expectations for? Because I don't think it's the same answer. I don't think it's the same answer.
That's why I go back for the ROI. Because you don't have the high expectations for them, it's a better ROI because you're not emotionally as invested.
But if they are, yeah, and like I would vote Packers here too, where it's just like, how can it just is fascinating. How can it be the best run organization? You can say all these amazing things about it. You can say how great they are, say how good, like this is their stretch of prime baseball. And if they don't win a World Series, it will be a letdown. But also, they don't have the highest expectations in the state. It's insane.
It's fair.
I would say at this point,
put him in a box, Molly. You got him.
No, I'm not trying to get you. It is
I know.
fascinating, like thinking thing, because I agree with you.
It's a good question.
I agree too.
I don't know. Again, as someone who's super positive, I have high expectations for all of my teams. So I'm expecting
Luke
the
Fickle
Brewers
and the Wisconsin Badgers
to make the World Series. The Badgers are getting 10 wins. The Packers are going to the Super Bowl. It's all happening.
I took that
Riley,
personal,
question
Molly.
for you. Riley, question. Which team has more wins this year, the Green Bay Packers or the Wisconsin Badgers football team?
I mean, the Green Bay Packers. But I think, the Packers are going to win 11 games. The Badgers are going to win 10. And we're all happy. But are we talking postseason, too, or just regular season?
No, regular season. Regular season.
Are we including the bowl game?
We're not including bowl games.
All right.
Regular season.
How are the Packers going to do in their bowl game?
Packers,
yeah, exactly.
but it's
are we
closer
including
than people
playoffs
think.
in the Packers? No. What are
we
you talking
including
about?
playoffs with the Badgers? I'm just wondering, just throwing it out there.
Riley, the fact that you even mentioned the word playoffs and Badgers in the same sentence is asinine.
I'm just
honestly,
throwing
a
it out
playoff game at Camp Randall seems like the most far-fetched thing I could think of.
In Wisconsin sports right now, it's pretty darn close. That's for sure. But
would it be at their stadium though? Wouldn't it be a neutral site?
If they were seeded 5th through 8th, they would host it at Camp Randall.
Okay.
So like I said,
so we just need a
feels
top
damn
8
near
finish.
impossible.
We just need a top 8 finish for Luke Fickle in his big comeback season, year number 4.
Just a
Host
top
the
8
playoff
finish.
game at Camp Randall. They
Luke
can
Fickle can barely count to 8. Like, what are we talking about?
They can put the heated field to use, and it's going to rock.
Riley, what's the combined amount of wins they had over the last 2 years?
Last 2 years,
8.
what would that
Just
be?
kidding.
9. 9, actually. It's 9. They're going to equal that this year.
Take that for data.
Okay.
Anytime you could double your win total from the last 2 years combined, you got to take it. J&K Security Solutions, they love the Badgers almost as much as Riley does. They also love to protect your home or business, so contact our good friends at J&K Security Solutions.
You're hanging out with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
With me is Jeff Henson, owner of Englehart Motorsports. Jeff, you felt your previous business technology vendor had become complacent and their costs were increasing. So you contacted James Imaging Systems.
We found that moving forward with James Imaging was going to be a step in the right direction to help reduce cost.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation to help businesses do business better and save some money.
Up front, what James Imaging was able to show us as far as annual savings was substantial.
Plus, there's James Service and Support.
The quality of the service, that they live up to what they've promised, which they've clearly delivered on that.
Jeff, with business technology supported by people who keep their promises, how do you feel?
Extremely happy.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Here's the thing. Buying jewelry should feel good. Not rushed, not pressured, and definitely not final if it's not right. That's why at Condon Jewelers you can exchange your purchase so you actually end up with what you really want. And when it comes to value, Condon Jewelers offers some of the best prices in the area without sacrificing quality, service, or trust. So whether you're celebrating a big moment or just treating yourself, you can shop confidently knowing they've got your back. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation, and it definitely shouldn't feel like a game. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin believes in straightforward pricing, honest conversations, and helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. Because a fair final price matters more than some flashy discount. Pella never inflates pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, one trusted team handles everything from start to finish. The same company that manufactures your windows and doors is also the one selling, installing, and servicing them with Pella certified installers every step of the way. That means confidence in the process, confidence in the product, and one team standing behind the work from beginning to end. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
You're listening to Molly and Jim, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
These songs are too good, Molly. These songs are too good.
See,
This is Sabrina Carpenter.
It is more Sabrina Carpenter sounding than Taylor Swift. We're trying, but
I like Sabrina Carpenter, so I'm not complaining.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same. I think this is a banger for
Yeah.
royalty-free music. I know we're trying to lean into music without lyrics for bump backs. I prefer the songs with lyrics coming back.
Oh, I'm fine with those songs
I like
with
the
lyrics. Yeah, I don't know who's the we in that. Not on this show.
I think,
I was just laughing because these are, like, too good.
Yeah.
Like, how are these? Now I just don't understand music. Like, how are some of these songs bangers and the other ones are like, you can have it for free? Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge, and Riley Yauk with you. This is Molly and Jim. And I don't even know how to necessarily get into this, guys, but apparently the Packers are fighting with a congressman in Wisconsin over a 65-year-old sports broadcasting act that apparently some in Congress want to revisit. So, Molly, I know your eyes have already rolled back in your head when I talk about congressmen and 65-year-olds, but because they rolled back in my head as well. The big takeaway from this is I set it up for the listeners that I had was, one, I didn't know this act existed. Mm-hmm. So basically this act allows the NFL to operate different than Major League Baseball and the NBA, where teams cannot sell their own rights. That works well for the NFL and specifically the Green Bay Packers because that increases the overall buy. So everyone gets a equal share of the big billion and probably soon to be $1 trillion deals that come from sports rights because sports is king. And so the games, like, look, the NFL currently has television contracts with, and stop me if you're surprised, ESPN/ABC, NBC Sports, CBS, Prime Video, Netflix, and then Monday Night Football, and then there's a couple other things there as well. So ESPN Plus has some of the games, Peacock, the whole thing. So there's all those places. 87% of the games are still available for free broadcast. So I think that's how they've been able to maintain this sort of exception. Mm-hmm. But there's now pushback that if they take it away, a team like Green Bay would be put at a massive competitive disadvantage. And I don't want to get into, like, the politics side of it. It was just a stark reminder to me how unique the Green Bay Packers situation is, and then how much on a thread it is teetering as well. Because I thought it was something like the private equity that was going to affect maybe the Packers in the long run, because they can't sell off parts of their team to private equity to get an influx of cash to go do something immediately. And at some point, like, look, you see those grades of how you take care of a team, how the team travels, all those sorts of things. That's where the money matters for these franchises. But also, like, I just learned this not that long ago, but if you want to sign Jordan Love to a $100 million guaranteed deal, you have to put that $100 million essentially in escrow immediately. So if some of these teams, like the Packers, if they didn't have revenue sharing, become cash poor, then, yes, there's no salary cap on it, but they don't have the cash to guarantee a contract. And so, like, that works against them in the long run. So I was, two-part, one, reminded how unique and special the Green Bay Packers situation is, but then, two, in this whole situation, reminded how precarious it is. That it could, one or two weird things happen, and the Packers are, I would bet, going to be in Green Bay forever, but they might end up having to operate like the Milwaukee Brewers.
So are we saying that Ed Policy wasn't bluffing like 3 months ago when he said that there may in the future be like partnerships and sponsors on Lambeau Field?
Doesn't seem like he was bluffing.
No, like, I mean, look, you want to talk about not bluffing. I mean, let's look at, like, the Packers letter back.
It was scathing.
Packers fans everywhere should be deeply concerned that Representative Fitzgerald admitted to giving zero consideration to keeping the Packers in Green Bay as he explores upending the 65-year-old Sports Broadcasting Act. Fans should be offended that Fitzgerald then went further, saying our concerns were laughable. What is laughable is that a congressman from Wisconsin is leading this charge. Why threaten the team his community overwhelmingly cherishes and its ability to compete on a level playing field?
I mean, they're not wrong. Like that is the thing that they should say, because we've talked about it. Like, look at the economic impact that Wisconsin Badgers games at Camp Randall have on the city of Madison and the state of Wisconsin. Like, imagine what the Green Bay Packers economic impact is. Like, in what world would you, if you are and I don't want to get like political about it, obviously, but like, in what world, if you are representing the state of Wisconsin at any level, would you want to get rid of something that is driving income to your state? It doesn't make sense.
I think in this situation, I don't think everything was thought through by the person who spoke. Because
you're gonna piss Packer fans off.
Yeah, the only thing I think is bipartisan in this world anymore is maybe the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And it might just be the Packers. Like in this state, the worst thing you could do politically is to take a stance against the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah. Yep.
You're not wrong.
No.
Yeah. I heard Jason Wilde talking this morning. Fitzgerald's a Republican. They're Republicans on the other side of this issue as well. Like, this has to be the most bipartisan issue of all time.
Yeah.
And it just feels foolish, very foolish to pick fights with the Green Bay Packers. To get them enraged to the point where they deliver that statement is kind of nuts.
Yeah. It wouldn't be the first time any politician has started a fight or started a cause that didn't see all the way through all the consequences. And that's, to me, seems what happened, is that someone got in his ear that either wanted to stick it to the NFL or wanted to stick it to these broadcast organizations. Something happened where someone was trying to be vindictive or try to stick it to someone else, whether it was Major League Baseball or another politician, someone else be like, this isn't right. And the politicians just run with it, and then they don't realize the domino effect, the waterfall of effect on this is catastrophic. Honestly, it's catastrophic for the state, which is, again, wild. But if this act is reversed, the lack of cash flow that the Packers would get hit with would make them and other teams in the NFL, it would make the NFL much more like Major League Baseball. And
so,
go on.
Well, I do want to ask a question because I guess putting aside getting rid of the Packers in the state of Wisconsin, like that part is obviously an issue. But I'm just curious because and like I think Riley, with you saying that you watch or listen to at least 100 games a year, like the reason I probably don't watch as much baseball as I should is because I can't find it. Same with Milwaukee Bucks games this last season. Like I told you guys, I started to be like a Spurs fan the last 1 or 2 years because their games were easily accessible. Like I could watch them on Amazon Prime, or I could watch them on TNT or ESPN, whatever it was. Like I could watch them where I couldn't watch the Bucks because they weren't good anymore. So then I would have to go get whatever streaming service. So I guess for me, I'm just wondering, like, explain this to me like I'm a child, but is this better for sports fans to be able to consume their teams in the way that they want, like the way that they want things to change in terms of like the sports broadcasting stuff? Like, or is this worse for fans because then we're going to have to get another package on top of what we all already have? Do you know what I mean?
I like that as a poll question. Yeah. Who has a better, TV plan? Major League Baseball or the NFL?
I mean, I think even with how bad the NFL has gotten, it's still the NFL. 100% right now, because most of their games, I think in Rob Domofsky's stories, 87% of NFL games you can find for free. Yeah. How many MLB games can you find for free?
Right.
Like 40 a year, maybe, on linear television or ESPN, which you still need a cable package for. However, like you need something.
Honestly, for the good of sports, the rules should be trying to get the MLB and NBA to have the same rules that NFL has. Allow them the exemption.
Agreed.
And you're 100% right, Molly, because as far as lack of access to the games, it works out well for us, home of the Brewers here in Madison and across the state with WTMJ being the flagship. But with all these sports, I know in Phoenix, Molly, you probably know more than I do, but I believe the last 2 years the Phoenix Suns games are on the equivalent of like the CW, because instead of trying to figure out how to put them all out, they just said, you know what, we're just going to put it out there for fans, be able to watch it for free. We'll sell advertising, the old school way of doing it. But they're losing fans. Like, if you can't watch the game, to your point, Molly, you just lose fans. And so this model that Major League Baseball and the NBA has is the wrong model. You can't. It is harder and harder than ever to watch the games. And you brought up a great point as far as it's bad for this. It's better for the sport on the whole for the halves. So, like, the way that the NBA and the way that
where the Dodgers can make bonko dollars on their TV deal.
But also then you get merchandise. I end up watching a lot of – I became a Spurs – or not a Spurs fan, a Warriors fan when they were doing – they're so fun to watch, and then you watch them, and it's like, well, I won't spend, said fans say, I'm not going to spend my Bucks money. I'll go buy a Steph Curry jersey because I am watching this team.
You see all their games. Same with the
Riley.
Lakers. I was getting annoyed with the amount of Lakers games that I started seeing because I'm like, why do I have to watch LeBron at 9 o'clock every single Wednesday?
And you know what? And here's the proof to Molly's theory that, this sort of thing just creates you could become a fan of, everyone gets all upset. Oh, the teams aren't fans of the local teams anymore. The young kids, they like whoever's on, on national TV.
That's my younger brother.
But that's who you can see outside of the NFL. You can see the national teams. And here's they've actually done a study on this. They just didn't know it. What are the two teams in baseball that have the most random fan bases, but they have fan bases across the United States? The Braves and the Cubs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
the Cubs were on WGN and the Braves were on TBS forever.
TBS.
Because then you could watch so many of their games if you just had basic cable. So many people in Wisconsin are like, I'm a Cubs fan because I can watch their games every day on WGN. And so that proves the point that when you have the national, people are going to watch what's available to them. And then you're going to start to attach yourself to what you see on TV. And if it's not the Bucks and it's not the Brewers, it ends up working against you.
Yeah, I think, and that's why I understand where the side of wanting the NFL to readdress this rule comes from, because you want the entire state of Wisconsin to be able to see every single Packers game. I don't get why the Packers markets are just Green Bay, Fox Cities, and Milwaukee. The fact that we in Madison had to buy Amazon Prime to watch Packers Bears in the playoffs was absurd. That's ridiculous. It should not be a thing. But ultimately, the NFL on the whole is a trillion times better than what the NBA and the MLB have. So if we're going to force the NFL to hey, maybe you should take a look at this, when are we going to go after Major League Baseball or the NBA when it comes to their broadcasting rights, where everyone has to sell to everyone? Why can't we get some revenue sharing where the Brewers and the Dodgers are on equal playing fields every single time? It's probably something to do with the owners. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert when it comes to the business aspect of things, but I would love to see that. Would love to see Major League Baseball and the NBA become more, and the NBA is more similar to the NFL than MLB, but to see Major League Baseball become more like the NFL would rock.
Let's go out to Chad in Fitchburg, because I think he disagrees with you. Hey, Chad.
Well, I disagree somewhat in the fact that I was telling Ryan, you buy the Brewer package for $99 a year, 50 cents a game, and you can watch every Brewer game. I probably watch 150 games. You could literally have it downloaded to your app and screen shared to your TV. You don't even really need the app on your TV. So you're paying 50 cents a game for a Brewer game, and it's like you were saying, you want to watch a playoff game, Packer-Bear game, and you have to subscribe to Prime. You want to see the other games, you got to get Peacock, you got to get Netflix, you got to get XYZ for the football season. You're talking way more than $99 for a football season to watch every Packer game. It's 16 games. So, and the quality of MLB, of Brewer TV, they have drone coverage. It's just, it's way better than FanDuel. And I think the Brewer package is way more of a bargain than trying to catch every Packer game. But anyway, that's my thought.
That's a great thought there, Chad. And actually, it's a kind of a different conversation, but it is worth noting that if you're a diehard Brewers fan, $99, because I guess in theory, if you wanted to counter it, it'd be like, all right, I'm a diehard Packers fan, and there's 2 games a year that I have to get behind a paywall to see. You could sign up for even if you sign up for a month for each of them, it's probably $24.
Well, and I guess I think about it too. More things on top of this is so the Packers play the Bears. What is it? Thanksgiving Eve or whatever it is. and that's on Netflix. So then I think about that. And I'm like, okay, so like I have to pay $10 to watch that game on Netflix, but also I'm going to be able to watch all these other shows. So then I add that part into it. And then I also think about it just from what Chad was saying for like the $99 a year, whatever it is, 50 cents a game. How many games are you actually watching? Because then if you're not watching all 162, like, and I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just
no, that's like sign up for a gym and they're like, you can go as many times as you want.
Yes,
I went
the
4
way
times.
that I would think about it is, you're telling me, oh my gosh, yeah. But like, it's I got to think about that too, where it's like, okay, am I watching all 162 games? Because if I'm not, well, then that price goes up for every single game that I'm not watching. So, and also it depends on your level of fandom, because if I cared as much about the Brewers that I do the Green Bay Packers, I'm signing up for that same package too.
Yeah, and for a fan like Chad, if you watch 150 games, that's 100% worth it and a phenomenal deal. But
also, Chad, you can listen on 100.5 ESPN for free, just so you know.
But to his point, for fans that are outside of the Packers market, like the Packers are such a worldwide, global, national brand that there's so many Packers Wisconsin transplants in Florida, Texas, California, and then if you're in California, you're getting the Rams game instead of the Packers game. You're getting the Chargers game instead of the Packers game on local TV. So then you have to buy NFL Sunday Ticket, which is really expensive, and you have to buy that for the entire season, including the streaming services, to watch every single Packers game. So it really screws over every single fan outside of that team's market, which is awful.
Before we had the break here, Matt in the greenhouse chimes in, and I feel like Molly should take some of this blame too. But, Riley, it's good to hear you're still a positive person after working with Jim for as long as you have.
People like
you.
me.
Thank you, Matt in the greenhouse. I appreciate that. We're trying. We're trying to bring the light of positivity here to Molly and Jim. It is early. It is still week 1. So hopefully it doesn't dim, but we'll see.
I'm just going to blame it on Ryan because we had to get rid of Ryan in order to bring in Riley, okay? That's where we're at. Ryan, you're too negative.
You said I was never positive? What are you talking about?
Never. Yeah. No, Matt in the greenhouse is saying that, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, Matt. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, man.
All right. This is Molly and Jim.
Molly and Jim rolls on after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European. June is a month full of milestones. Graduations, weddings, your calendar will fill up fast. But make sure you find time to visit Zimbrick European. Zimbrick is celebrating a big milestone this year, 61 years in business. John Zimbrick bought his first franchise 61 years ago, and they are still locally owned and a family business. During the month of June, enjoy special incentives on all new and used inventory. Stop out and start test driving. When you think about who you want to do business with, I know Zimbrick European is my choice.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Calling all Badger fans. Wisconsin men's hockey powered its way to the NCAA National Championship game this spring, and that same relentless drive is headed back to the Kohl Center this fall. Now's the time to get in. Secure your 2026-27 season tickets today and be part of a program powered by Badger Pride. The next chapter starts in Madison with you. Visit uwbadgers.com or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS to lock in your seats today. On Wisconsin.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Thanks for spending your afternoon with Molly and Jim on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Chalmers Jewelers, 2 great locations in the Madison area. You can either treat someone important in your life, and that can include yourself, over at Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. Molly and Jim continues, and we're going to get out to Will in Madison right now because he had a question for, I guess it's more for Riley and Molly because it's for Wisconsin sports fans.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Will.
Great.
Just really quick. Well, first of all, I kind of want to agree with you guys. Like, I do think NFL has hands down the best coverage. me personally, being a Giants fan, I have to pay for the NFL ticket, but that's my fault. I moved to Madison, Wisconsin. It is what it is. Like that's just what it is. But I did have a question for you of like, when at some point the expectations like have to change for your teams. So me living here for a long time, and that's been with the Badgers, that's been with like all this stuff. Why is everyone just so complacent and so content to just be like okay and just, you know, there? Like at some point, like I know you mentioned like New Yorkers and LA fans, like the negativity and everything else, but like at some point, do you not have to change and be like, hey, us just being in it isn't good enough? Like it just feels like that whole Midwest thing of like, we don't want to create waves and we're just okay and we're happy, but like, yo, man, like create some waves. Like the best surfers love big waves, and that's what they get the most happiness out of it. So as fans, like you got to get mad at some point, no? Just I don't know.
Wait,
I
guess
being,
Will,
being a New York fan.
Yeah, Will, I have a question for you. Like as a Giants fan, obviously your team like hasn't had a ton of success in recent years. Like how long are you comfortable with how they are? Until you're like, okay, I'm pissed and I want success. Like, I want to be back in the Super Bowl. Because it's been a long time for you, too.
For sure. Super upset. I mean, I'm annoyed. I mean, don't get me wrong at all. Like, I'm annoyed. I don't let it – I mean, I'm an adult, so I don't let it mess up my day. But I am annoyed by it. So I do want them to start to make the right decisions and do everything. But it just seems like people in Wisconsin are just happy that the Badgers are in the playoff, or they're happy that the Brewers, like the Brewers have been really good. I was at that Yankees-Brewers game where they had the walk-off on a Mother's Day. Like the Brewers are good. Like they're a good team. And so you would just think at some point people are going to be like, okay, like enough with being the bridesmaid and the groomsman. Like when are we going to be the bride? You know, like when is it our turn? And it just seems like no one like gets annoyed by it. You know,
welcome to my world, Will. I've been trying to
get
Wisconsin sports fans to be annoyed by not winning World Series or being close but not all the way there for Super Bowls with the Packers, things like that. But it's not in their nature.
But
it's a Midwest thing. It's the whole Midwest nice thing, man. I'm just saying. And just real quick, lastly, Nixon 5, by the way. Just throwing that out.
Congrats, Will.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
You know what? The Knicks were a winner. You could be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Game in Madison. Millions of dollars and won every single week in the Ho Chunk Game in Madison, including someone played a slot there and won $409,000 last weekend. So they almost had a good last weekend as Will did.
Yeah, that's wild. But I will say, I do appreciate the call, Will, and I love now that we have a New York sports fan that's calling in and lends us that perspective because it is fascinating. I don't think us as Wisconsin fans realize how nice we are sometimes or how
no, Riley, we realize how nice you are. You are a lot nicer than I am, okay?
Well, fair. Or how complacent. Maybe that's probably a better word.
So,
how complacent we get sometimes.
I wonder if this is a nature versus nurture
forgiving,
thing.
How forgiving?
Yes.
And so Molly bounced around a little bit, and so I don't know how much like sports media consume, but like so
forgiving is a better word.
I grew up listening to. I grew up in Wisconsin, but listened to Chicago sports radio. So I grew up to like even the Bulls getting crap if they were not elite, and so obviously the Bears would get. Like the teams, even the good ones, would be like, it's not like you're not having fun and enjoying things, but you're going to call out the things that aren't right as well. And it's okay. Like that's part of being a fan. And that's the difference I've noticed in Wisconsin as opposed to, let's say, Chicago, New York, or even Miami of it's somehow, and we can see in our Twitter mentions, somehow blasphemous to be like, okay, still like the Bucks. They screwed up. Still love the Brewers. Kind of wish they'd spend more money.
Yep.
And Molly's a little bit more. Yeah. She's in the middle between you and I, Riley.
Yep.
But it is interesting. Those calls don't come into sports talk radio. Those takes aren't given on sports talk radio outside of here, and so it's a different market.
Yeah, like it is the Midwest nice thing, and it is a very. I think Molly, you nailed it with the word. We're very forgiving fans, and I think there's a big positive to that, but. I do think, to Will's point, we could probably use a little bit more of a little bit more brashness, like have some higher expectations for our sports teams. And I do think expectations are high. And I don't think Wisconsin sports fans, we're never going to be New York. We're never going to be Chicago. We're never going to be L.A. But I do think there is something to we could have higher expectations and we could get a little angrier from time to time when they don't meet those.
I think the expectations are there. You're just afraid to be like, that sucked. Like, you could say, you know what?
I don't think it's fear. I don't think it's
fear. I don't feel a bit like you don't naturally do it. Of like, you know what? That was
because it's our
one guy, like Riley, one guy, Ohtani beat us. One person beat us the last game. We weren't even close. But your answer is, hey man, we beat the Cubs and the rest is just a good time. And I don't fault you for that. But at the same time,
I think most people have that same feeling
in Wisconsin. But if you went to another if the same thing, Craig Counsell said the Cubs would do the same thing. The Cubs, he even said, and he got dragged a little bit by him saying that, hey, if we beat the Brewers, we would have gotten swept by the Dodgers. He wasn't even swept by the Dodgers, but him saying that got him dragged in Chicago for just saying it.
Yeah, and it's everyone understood that, but still, that's not how we're going to react. It's still these are our guys. We wrap our arms around our teams and we support them even when they lose. I think we might have to start the show with this tomorrow.
Have fun.
Riley is fired up. Tomorrow's Thirsty Thursday, presented by Dancing Goat, so we're excited for that. This is Molly Jim. Back at tomorrow.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America, America's national park.